On In the Woodyard today, we've got a delivery. First thing this morning, we're heading out. We're gonna go do a dump. Here we go. So yesterday I loaded this load of wood in and brought it home last night so that this first thing this morning I can go do this delivery. We're gonna go do that, and then we got all kinds of fun work we're gonna do in the woodyard here. You're gonna get to see some cutting. You're gonna get to see some splitting. You're gonna see a new machine. It's time to get to work. I measured this just to be sure I had the right amount. I had a little bit extra, which is normal. But right here is 12 feet. So if you take that little bit on the end over here and put it up there, it's 12 feet. And it's 54 inches high, so about that much above. A little bit more than face cord and a half, which is what it was supposed to be. So there it is, stacked. I have returned to the woodyard, disconnected the trailer, and I loaded up all my goodies here because we've got work to do. I'm going to sharpen up my Husqvarna 592, and then there's a big chunk of oak over here, white oak, that needs to be cut down. And the reason I'm going to do this is because while I've still got the Wolfe 22 RS, I want to see what it can do. So this big chunk of oak here I think is going to be the perfect test to check out the log lift in the four-way on a big chunk and see what she'll do, because I don't know, it's over 30 inches. There's another one behind it, it's big too, so I'm going to cut up some of this big nasty stuff and then see what she'll do. But first I got to do some sharpening, because last time I was here and I used the saw, I sharpened it, but then I cut a bunch. So I'm going to sharpen this up. For those of you that haven't been around, I like to mark a tooth on the saw. Right here is the strap that holds the chain together. It's the silver color. So it's a good place to start there too. I'll bring you guys down so you can see a little easier here. I don't know how close I can get focused with this because it doesn't focus very closely. There you go. That's probably pretty good. So here you can see this is like a, I guess it's not silver, it's kind of a gold color, brass, whatever it is, length there. And that's usually a nice indicator to start, but I mark a tooth too. It just makes it easier. Because I don't want to over sharpen. So I keep this in my kit that I've got back over here. I do use a Dremel to sharpen with a 7/32 Oregon bit. Those of you guys have been around a long time, you've seen that. I also, I'm going to show you everything I do here just kind of quick. We'll get this baby sharpened up. I use earplugs when I sharpen because this little Dremel is kind of loud, so I try to protect what little bit of hearing I have left, which you definitely should all do. So stick these in. I'm going to wear safety glasses, and there's cheaters on there, and it's not that I need the cheaters. I mean, I do a little bit. My close vision is pretty good, but I like it to really get in close, because I can come in right to here. I can be this close and I can see how sharp that tooth is, so I really know if it's good or not. I don't know what else to say other than I'm going to sharpen it. Everybody asks me what speed. I go to 10. I just turn it on all the way. 7/32 Oregon stone bit. This one's kind of worn here, so I might have to change it out, but we'll give it a try. But here we go. Sharpening happening now. Yeah, she was dull, real dull. Very, very dull. A little faster than a file. And this I'm taking quite a bit off because it's, like I said, very dull. I'm going to take the rakers down too. The rakers on this chain have never been touched yet. This is a new chain the last time I cut. Some guys call them depth gauges, I call them rakers. Technically they are depth gauges, or depth guides. Yeah, every one of these is really bad. There's nicks and chunks, the tip is gone. I think this is either the first or second time I'm sharpening this tape. Second, I think. This is really bad. This one also very bad, very jagged. That one's not bad. This is real bad. It's tip was totally gone on that one. I had to really push hard to get it to grind it down. So yeah, this little vise that I'm sharpening with right here, it's saw vise that we manufacture here. Bert makes them where he works, and I am going to have another batch for sale. We sold the whole first batch, and I had to wait till I got enough orders to justify making a second batch. So we are making more right now, actually, as we speak. So hopefully by the time you guys see this, we'll have all the whole order done. And I'll have these at the Paul Bunyan show for you guys to buy. I'll bring some along. So I'll have a few anyway. So if you see me at the show and you want to buy one of the vices, I'll have them there. It works just awesome for sharpening, whether you use a Dremel or a file. Very, very nice to have. Because it just holds it rock steady. It just holds the bar, and then the body of the saw, the power head sits in the back, and the weight of it just kind of holds it in place. This is the last one. So, how much sharper, how much faster is that than using a file? For me, it's 3 or 4 times as fast, easily. Okay, now we're going to do the rakers. Yeah, we'll start on that same tooth. Try to go. Gotta hit them once. A lot of times I'll take a new chain and I'll take the rakers down 1 or 2 strokes. This one cut pretty good right out of the box though. So I didn't touch them, but now I'm going to, now that I sharpened a couple times. Oopsie. I try to just do it the same amount each time. Then we're going to turn this whole thing, go the other direction here. So yeah, I just go opposite. Some guys ask me, how come I go to opposite side? To get this thing level here. My tailgate's kind of warped from hitting wood with it. There we go. So yeah, you're pushing the far side, because if you go close side, it'll bounce on you, it'll chatter. So I want it to be an even stroke on all of them, so they're all as close as possible. And no, I didn't even measure it. I just know that I could take them down one because I could see they were all polished. Generally, when you raker the top of it, if you see that it's real shiny and polished, and you can tell that it's been hitting the wood a lot, that's generally when I'll take them down a stroke. But it's also because of the feel. There, we're all done. And the chain's a little loose here, so we're going to tighten that up right away. This also works really nice to have it in a vise for doing this, because the saw doesn't bounce around on you, it just kind of stays there. And I know guys will get an actual vise and they'll, you know, put it on their back tailgate. I like this because I can set it pretty much anywhere on the ground. I can take it, set it on the tailgate, I can set it on a bench, and I just kind of do this. I know where I want it. I've done it so many times, I just know where I got to have it. And no, I don't push the tip down, I just know that I got it right. So this is the Husqvarna 592. One of my favorite saws. When you want to cut, it cuts. So there we go. That is all done. So all I got to do to take it out of the vise here, I'll show you guys. You just turn this little T-nut here, just kind of back it off. There you go. There's a Healy coil inside of there, so it's not going to wear out. And it's just mounted on a board here, as you can see, and it's got the Woodyard logo on it, and it's just bolted on this platform. It's bolted right on, screwed right down into this plank, this discarded odd lumber. It's a piece of hard maple. Then I just put these flats on there on the side, and that way it's nice and stable. And I use it all the time. Works out really good. So I like to keep my scrunch right with it, so I just put it right in the vise like that sometimes. I haven't done it in a while, I suppose. There we go. So I'll put it in there like that, and that's just in there. It's just right where I need it for when I have to do any saw work. I haven't checked my air cleaner in quite a while, so I think I'm going to do that right now too. So I'll set this over here. I got another wrench right here, and yes, I put pink tape on them because if you drop them, they're easy to see. So I haven't checked this in quite a while, so let's just see what it looks like inside. Looks like an air cleaner. Looks a little dusty. Gonna have to pound her out, I think. Okay, now so I'm gonna take this, I'm gonna pound it out over here. I'll show you generally how I do this. Nothing special. Just gonna take it over to the side of the tailgate and you can see how much is coming out. And yes, I blow it out sometimes. Sometimes I'll take it and actually wash it in some warm water with some Dawn detergent. And that gets it clean. I'm going to wipe this off a little bit, but it's actually not too bad. It's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. And their filtration they have on the Husqvarnas are just awesome. So that's what blew out. I'm going to wipe this out a little bit. I got a cloth over here I got to grab. So I'm just going to clean this out right here. I always try to wipe it to the outside. I should have a little can of air here, would help actually. Or they make a little blower thing now that's battery operated. It's pretty cool. I'll have to get one of those too. I think Heath from Hard Working Man, he's got a real nice little air blower there. I get that pretty much cleaned out. I'll slap the cover back on. There we go. Cat claw sharp, tensioned up. All I gotta do is put some fuel and some oil in and we're ready to start cutting. So I got the sharpening done. I just got suited up. I got my helmet. I got my chaps on. The saw's been filled up. I just leveled off the splitter here. I put the foot down. You gotta put a foot down on this end so that it's on that end, I'm sorry, on that end down where the cat is over here. Right here, you got to put this foot down to stabilize it, and I did that, and so that's ready to go. And so now I'm gonna start the saw up, warm it up, and I'm gonna cut up this log. I got to do a cut over there, and I might cut a few other ones too. We'll see. I'll probably cut up a whole tank, I think is what I'm gonna do. I'll just, as soon as I'm suited up, I might as well just cut the whole tank and see how far I get. I'm not gonna get it all done. But there's 3 loads of oak here, so I might get 2 of them done. I don't know, we'll see. I'm just gonna cut. You guys are gonna wanna get out of there. I'm gonna be making loud noises very soon. So you're gonna wanna scram! not a full tank, but I hit some dirt and some rocks, and it wasn't cutting very good. I can see, yeah, they're all jaggedy. So sometimes you don't even get a full tank, and you got to sharpen, and that's the case here because a lot of this wood was ground into the mud. So there's the carnage in which I have created. I didn't even cut 2 tanks. I stopped because I hit the ground again. The saw got dull real fast. I was cutting through a piece and it was crotched, and I thought I could see down in between it there, but it wasn't. I hit the ground, hit a stone. I cut, I don't know, halfway to China into the ground. Not good. It got dull instantly. I made one more cut and I done. It was almost out of gas anyway. I would have got maybe another half a dozen cuts. Yeah, this oak is some real wood, I tell you. For those of you that are West Coasters that cut all that spruce and Doug firs, stuff like that, you got to try some white oak, especially some of the stuff when it's dry. It's serious wood, and yeah, you don't cut fast. Even though the chain is sharp and everything, it just doesn't cut that fast. It's serious wood. So I didn't quite get that last load over there done because there was a load here and a load there, and there's still one over there to do yet. But I got enough, and so I want to get this bad boy fired up and put a couple of these up here and split them. There's a big thunderstorm coming. You guys can see it there, and it's over there, and they said it's going to be here in about 20 minutes. I was just looking at the radar, and I can hear it rumbling, so they said lightning storm warning coming, so I guess I'm going to work for a little while here until God tells me to stop. So we're going to split a little bit of this. Might have to do the rest of it on tomorrow's video, so that's what's going to happen right now. We're going to do some splitting with the Wolfe Ridge. What is it? 22 RS. There it is. 22 ton RS, I think, stands for rapid split or resplit or real split, or what else could it be? Rotund split, ruling splitter, ridiculous speed. I don't know. There it is. We're going to use it right now. There we go. Oh, let's get this bad boy up on top of it. Now shoot the split straight here. Oh, look at that. Look at that. I gotta go back to the other side. Lift it up. Let's go slowly here. Nope, not gonna happen. You gotta hold the log. Big boy, a monster, but big. Come on to Papa. I got a feeling the 4-way it's not going to work, but we're going to give it a try. Here we go. Well, it worked, but a little faster just to rip it. I gotta wrestle this big pig up here. right there, one piece of wood. It is amazing how much wood you get out of one of those big chunks. There's a lot. Now, yeah, it lifted the log, but I had to be over there to help it. I had to get it on, but the log was right next to the lift. But if you were out 5-10 feet away, you got to roll it over there. For the amount of time it takes to roll it over there and try to maneuver it onto a lift, I could have ripped it. And I would have had half as much weight to worry with. Or I could have cut it into quarters. It would have been a quarter of the weight, because these rounds right here are, I don't think they're quite 30 inches, which means each round is going to weigh 250 to 300 pounds. More than I can lift. With one hand anyway. I'd have to use two. So it got up there, I split it. I put the wedge quite high because I figured I'd go high and try to get, you know, the piece more centered and try to punch it out that way. But then what happens, as you guys know, when you got a splitter that is just a rail, yeah, you got this holder here, but you get a big chunk, it can roll right over there, and it can roll that way and then fall off over there. So ideally, to me, I'm not real sold on the log lifts. To me, I would like just a bigger working area, but yet still be able to operate from either side, like the Ultra. Sorry, I'm spoiled. Still very nice, lots of power. This is definitely more powerful than the Ultra. It's 22 tons and the Ultra's 14. So it pushed through it really nice. There was a couple there that I sheared, that I actually cut through with the actual wedge through the pieces. It didn't split it, it sheared it. So it's got plenty of power, that's not an issue. I'm just maybe not really used to using a log lift, or because I don't want to have to handle those great big monsters. I would just, all these here, if I was to use this the way I normally do, I would have ripped these all into quarters, threw them up here and popped them right through. I think it's actually faster. I could be wrong, I don't know, but I know there's guys that can't rip because they have a big enough saw, but I've got the 70 and 90 cc saw, I got 120 cc saw, I can rip through these no problem. If you got a sharp chain, it's not hard at all, it just cuts right like butter. So that's just me. But I know guys like to show, oh, I put this big 40-inch piece up here and I split it and then they fall off. You got to lift them up again, get them on, you're just fighting gravity all the time. I like the rounds on the ground like that, rip them into quarters, they're manageable, but I'm weird that way. But anyway, I got them knocked down. Splitter works great. The Wolfe Ridge 22 RS, because I just saw lightning again and it's booming over that way. Cooled way down, like probably 15 degrees. It feels nice now. Got a big cloud bank came over, but that's coming towards me, that big dark nasty. So that's it for today, folks. I'll see you tomorrow morning. We're gonna run this thing, split it, 5:30 a.m. I'm gonna be here waiting for you. You better show up. Good night, Irene.